Today I'm in St Buryan in the far west of Cornwall. This is the Parish Church, and we're going to have a look at the memorials there. There is also a cemetery nearby and also a Methodist chapel which may have memorials also. As we enter, there's a very clear inscription on this stone. This is William Clemens, 1873, aged 79, and beneath that we have his wife Mary. This one is Charles Bowes, 1888, aged 65 years. Written in a long flowing script, this is Henry Weymouth, who died November the 17th, 1845, aged 80. Beneath that we have Elizabeth, his wife. This is interesting. We can see how this stone was originally constructed. There is a granite upright back piece, and inserted in it was this piece of slate with the actual memorial on it. It's come apart. The iron bolts have rusted through, not surprisingly, over 170 years, but it's still in one piece and it's rather nicely decorated, a sort of Grecian style, in memory of the beloved daughter of John and Margaret Buryan, new surname on me, who died March 1843. Very nicely decorated. Now it's come away from its granite background, one hopes it's preserved. It'd be nice if it could be bolted back into place. Interesting stone with the round piece on top, stylised cross, and the inscription is to John Harvey, died 1840, aged 45 years. This is Elizabeth Hutchins, who was born in 1779 and died the 13th of May, 1840. An unusual name on this one, Tamson Commons. Died here at St Buryan, January the 29th, 1903, aged 73. This retains its iron railings and they're of massive construction. And the name on here is Thomas Leyte, 1865. Another of the larger tombs. This one would have had iron railings around it, but you can see they've rusted through and been removed. And the name on the top I can make out as Thomas Witts, W-I-T-T-S. Here we have the Reverend George Clullow, M.A., of Fetchingham in the county of Sussex, and formerly of the University of Oxford. He died in 1839. So this is something over 180 years old. The word memory on this memorial is brought out in a huge typeface, probably stretched to fit the width of the stone, and it remembers William Francis Hutchins, 1844, aged 4 years. Here lies Margaret Ann, the wife of Alfred Jenkin, for 32 years a member of the Bible Christian Society, who died on her birthday, 6th of January 1904, aged 60. Now the 32 years, because it's in parenthesis, I suspect applies to Alfred Jenkin rather than Margaret. A very clear inscription on this one, despite being 130 years old. This is Charles Clemens, 1893, aged 85, and Marjorie, his sister, who died in 1871. Well, it appears the church is open, so we'll have a look at that. But you'll notice above the door is the sundial, and that is dated 1747. This is the view inside the church, and the first thing we notice is the wooden screen still exists in this church. So many were removed in the Victorian period. Amazing carving all the way across the screen. From a point of view of memorials on the walls, there are almost none inside this church. I note one here in memory of Neville W. Martin, midshipman of HMS Inflexible, who died at Malta, January 2nd, 1892. Well, that was a quick look inside the church. Apart from the wooden screen, not much to be seen in the way of memorials. Just outside the door is this one to Francis Hutchins, son of John and Margaret Hutchins, was born in 1782 and died in 1812 and was buried on this spot. And then there's quite a lot of epitaph beneath it. High on the wall outside the porch, John Hutchins, who died in 1814, aged 64. And then Margaret, his wife, beneath that. Can't quite get the year on that. And just to the left of the porch, a very old one here, just initials, and the date is 1790. I'll leave the parish church now and the volunteers cutting back the grass, and we'll walk down to the Methodist chapel and see what's there. On the wall outside the parish church is the war memorial, naming those that gave their lives in the 2 world wars. The top plaque lists the 19 men from St. Buryan who gave their lives in World War I, and beneath that we have the names of 5 heroes who gave their lives in World War II. We're talking about a very small parish here, so that must have made a big impact. Just another view of the parish church, standing tall over the village. Well, I've walked up to the Methodist chapel, the Wesleyan Methodist chapel, but there's not a lot to be seen. It's still an active church. On this side, high on the wall, it says Wesleyan Sunday School. But as far as memorials go, there aren't any, or very few to be seen. I've walked a short distance outside the village now and come to the current cemetery. On the wall outside is the date 1898, so that's probably the date that this extension to the church cemetery was opened. This one in a dark black stone, and the inscription on the bottom is for 1934, Annie Gelbart. Gelbart does not sound of English origin. It'd be interesting to know where that name comes from. Against the wall is this one with the railings around it, and the inscription on the stone reads Nanny, the beloved wife of James Rowe, 1906, age 72. Beneath that we've got James himself, 1912. Here amongst the ivy and the Cotoneaster is James Prowse, who died at Lamorna, 1908. Lamorna is about 2-3 miles away, Lamorna Cove, down on the south coast of Cornwall. And just a little way in front is this child's grave. This is dated 1943, and it's to William Nigel, the darling child of Gordon and Eileen Thomas, aged 4 months. A large granite structure and several inscriptions, but the family name is Bolitho. So I will now leave you with this parting picture of the Parish Church of St Buryan. Till the next time.